They gave us the first pictures of this, right?
Yeah.
They lied again. It's not the truth, sir. That's bull. Bull. You understand bull?
God could create a more grand universe with more.
What's wrong with the universe we got? Does it make sense? This makes sense to you?
Since around 2015, the Flat Earth movement has made a massive resurgence into the repertoire of American conspiracies. According to a 2022 study by the University of New Hampshire, out of nearly 1,200 Americans surveyed, 10% of them now believe the Earth is flat, which is really saying something. But I wanted to see these ideas for myself and have a conversation with a flat earther firsthand. Luckily, a man nicknamed the Moon Guy has been preaching his theories on campus at Purdue University and has become somewhat of a local celebrity among the student body. Although some people may see this interview as a joke or a mockery, this is for educational purposes only, so please refrain from those types of comments and enjoy the video.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Could I have a moment of your time for a brief interview?
Sure.
Just don't understand what you're about. All right. So, give me your spiel. Why do you believe that the Earth is flat?
No, I believe the moon landings are fake.
You believe the moon landing is fake? Is that what the
Dave Matthews concert?
You been to Dave Matthews? Oh,
Yeah,
my man.
Cincinnati, Riverbend.
What's your name, sir?
Riverbend. Peter.
Peter? I'm
They call
Leo.
me the moon guy.
The moon guy. All right. Nice to meet you. So, why do you believe the moon landing was fake?
One picture proves it.
One picture proves it.
Two guys playing golf. 1, 2. Third guy always stayed in the orbiter 60 miles up, so who pushed the button on the camera to take the picture?
Maybe,
No timer, no remote shutter. Who pushed the button on the camera?
maybe they had a timer.
I said no timer, no remote shutter, sir. Who pushed the button to take the picture?
Maybe they did it remotely from back in
I
Houston.
said no remote trigger, sir. No timer. Who pushed the button?
Maybe it was a fake picture.
It is. F-A-K-E, sir. There's more, sir. Here's the rover. Lots of footprints. No tire tracks. How'd the rover get there without leaving tire tracks, sir?
That is a good point. I see a lot of good points you're making here.
It's called fake, sir. See the hills in the two pictures, sir?
Yeah.
Same hills, right?
Yeah.
There's the lander, there's the flag. Half an hour later, the lander's gone. How do you misplace a lander, sir?
So what do you think happened in that 30 minutes?
They changed the foreground on the movie set. They got lazy. They forgot to change the background. They thought nobody would notice, but somebody noticed.
So you think that these hills were
The background
were
on
a fabrication?
the movie set. They're the background on the movie set.
Okay. That's
They
interesting.
changed the foreground. They forgot to change the background.
Okay.
It's called fake, sir. Do you know why they faked the moon landings?
For the Russians to beat
Beat the Russian space race. There's another reason.
What's that?
They gave us the first pictures of this, right?
Yeah.
They lied again.
Oh.
Shit. Oh, shit. And watch this, sir. The boats are not upside down, sir.
Well, they're not upside down because
Because of what?
well, if you stand
Because of what?
because if you stand this
Because
way,
of what? Nobody's standing upside down, sir. Nobody's standing sideways, sir.
Well, they could be, though.
Because the water's flat. No, they couldn't
they
be.
could be though. If,
You can do a headstand, but not for very long. You get a headache, sir.
what does that have to do with that?
With what?
If you accept that gravity
No,
points
gravity
things
pulls you down to the flat Earth, sir.
well, it pulls you down from your perspective, but it doesn't necessarily
Wider
pull you
gravity,
down
sir.
absolutely.
Yes, it does. Pulls you down one direction, sir.
Well, it pulls you down
And
from
this is
your
this is total bullshit, sir.
how is that?
It's not the truth, sir. That's bullshit. Bullshit. You understand bullshit?
Yeah, I
This
do.
is bullshit. This is Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
Well, no one's saying that boats are upside down. I think.
Yes, they do. That's how a globe works. Upside down boats, sideways boats. Somebody's always on the bottom, somebody's always on the side of the globe. If it's a globe, but it was never a globe, sir. It was always flat.
1 second. If you accept that the Earth is round, that
It
wouldn't make
is
sense.
round,
It
but
wou-
not a ball.
Okay, but the boat argument wouldn't make sense if you accept that the Earth was round, though.
It's not round. I mean, it's round, but not a ball.
But the boat argument wouldn't make sense in that context, though.
Not if you believe in Santa Claus of globe Earth.
I don't know what this has to do with Santa Claus, but
They lied about Santa Claus. They lied about the globe, sir. Duh.
they might have lied about Santa Claus. I don't know if they lied about the globe, though.
They
That's a
did.
little stretch.
I'll give you a hint, sir. They did.
Okay, how do satellites orbit the Earth if
The ones, the stationary ones or the moving ones?
the moving ones?
Drones.
Drones hold them in place in space?
No, drones. They're not satellites. They're drones.
They're drones.
That's what I said.
Even though there's videos of people on satellites.
NASA?
Videos from NASA and
People that lied-
and
the
other
moon landing?
and other countries.
The people that faked the moon landings, you gonna trust them?
How many times do you think they fake the moon landings? Because people have been to the moon landing more than once.
Sir, you know why 6?
Why?
Because Jesus had 12 disciples. You know how many have walked on the moon? 6 times
None.
2. Do the math.
12 people walked on the moon and
12 people claim to walk on the moon.
okay,
But they lied.
but they lied.
You know why they chose Neil?
Why? He went to Purdue.
No, because his name's Neil Armstrong. Neil A. What's Neil A. backwards?
Alien. Oh, he's an alien.
No, it's an inside joke.
Oh, it's an alien joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just a really good astronaut, though.
Or a really good actor.
Maybe he was a good actor. Okay, there's genuine speculation about the first moon landing because there was reason to fake that. There was reason to fake that. But the rest of them, why would they fake the rest of them at that point?
Repetition. You got to repeat the lie.
And why? What's this lie supporting? What's the purpose of this lie?
Hiding the flat Earth, hiding the truth.
And why would they want to hide that truth?
Because the flat one's called creation. They didn't want any more people believing in creation because they might want to believe in a creator, and they hate the creator because they're Satanists. So instead of giving us the truth about the Earth, they invented the globe lie.
I believe in a creator. I'm a Christian. I also believe that the Earth is round.
Lie. Despite the globe lie.
It's not despite the lie.
Oh, you believe it's flat or a globe?
I believe it's a globe.
It's not. You believe you're a Christian despite the lie.
Well,
But the Bible says it's flat, sir.
if God is as grand and
The
create,
Bible says it's flat, sir.
okay, hold on one second. If God is as big and as grand and creates so much beauty as we say He does, then why can't God create a more grand universe than just a flat Earth?
Ask him.
Well, I can't ask Him, but why?
You can ask him. He might not answer you. You can ask
He
him.
probably wouldn't, but that is beside the point. The point is,
What's the point?
a God could create a more grand universe with more.
What's wrong with the universe we got?
Well, the universe we got is 13.8 billion years ago.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, that's okay. Well, you can accept that, but ultimately, your argument is being held up by.
Prove it. The Earth is flat today.
Let's prove it then.
I have.
How did you do that?
With a camera.
How exactly did you prove the Earth is flat with a camera?
I stood in Warren Dune State Park in Michigan on the beach, and I took photographs of Michigan City 19 miles away. And I saw stuff at 19 miles which would be impossible to see on a globe.
Okay, well, hypothetically, if the Earth was flat, you could see the entire Earth from a high enough mountain.
Because the air's not clear enough.
The air's not clear enough. All right, well.
The best you can see near the surface is about 150, 200 miles tops.
Okay, speaking of that,
What?
if you have boats and they go far enough over the atmosphere.
Right?
Yeah.
After they're gone, you see nothing. You just pull out a zoom camera, zoom in, and the whole boat's still there.
The boat is not still there. No, it's not.
I've seen it, sir. Have you?
That is not true. The boat's not still there.
You're a liar, sir.
You know the boat's not. Come on, man. You know the boat's not. If it goes far enough, it's gonna duck under.
No, I didn't
the
say
Earth.
that. I said after you don't see it with your eyeball, sir. I've seen it with my eye. I saw nothing on the horizon with my eyeballs.
but you can see-
but you look through a zoom camera, and there's lots of boats out there.
But you can see it with your eyeballs ducking below the horizon as well.
can't.
Yes, you can. There's video.
That's not the horizon, sir. That's not ducking below the curve, sir. That's just going away in the flat water.
How would it go away in the flat water if it's not going below the surface of the water?
Because the water's flat. Duh.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't care. It's the truth.
All right. Well.
It's called the truth, sir.
Okay. So is the sun a sphere, or is it what? How do you explain the planets and the stars and all that?
They're not. You know, there's only one planet, and you're standing on it. There's other what we call planets. They're just pretty lights in the ceiling, but they're not planets.
They're just pretty lights in the ceiling.
Yes.
How come they move then?
I don't know. Ask God.
Well,
That's the stars move.
why would God make them move just to confuse us?
That's his Rolex. That's the way he keeps time. That's his
his-
clock.
The planets are God's Rolex.
The sun, moon, and stars are God's Rolex.
Well, there are Rolex too.
Well, we make a nice Rolex, but that's his.
Well, they've been our Rolex for most of human history, but okay. How high up do you think? So basically, the sky's like a painting, is what you're saying?
No, it's a dome.
It's a dome.
A blue dome. The air's not blue. The dome is blue.
The Earth's not blue, despite.
No, the air is not
water.
blue. The dome is blue. You seen the Truman Show?
Yeah, I have.
That's why they called him True Man.
Because he's the true man.
Because he had a blue dome like ours.
What about at night?
Duh.
Yeah. What about night though? It's dark. That's a good point.
I know. If you have a room in your house, you paint the walls blue, okay?
Right.
You go in at night, turn off the light. What color are the walls?
Gonna be black.
Duh.
Where does the light go though? Where does the sun go
The
at
sun
night?
goes around on the flat Earth. When it gets far enough away, the light doesn't reach you. That's called nighttime.
Well, if the sky is a dome, then where does it go? If there's no other,
sun's
if there's no
inside
other side to the
sun's
dome?
inside the dome. It goes to the other side of the Earth. When it's far enough away, the light doesn't reach you. That's called nighttime.
Well, if there's, you just said the other side of the Earth, doesn't that disprove the fact that that's flat?
No, it doesn't. It proves it's flat.
So you're saying it's three-dimensional, but it's flat?
The water's flat. Sorry. The
what?
green's not flat. The blue is.
The blue is flat?
The water's flat. The surface of the water's flat, not the green. There's hills and mountains, but the kangaroos are not upside down in Australia.
Well, they're not upside down, but they are upside down to us. They are upside
No, they're
down.
not.
How
Because
could?
it's flat. Australia's not upside down, sir, because it's flat. Duh.
I don't know about
And
that.
the boats are not upside down, sir. Duh.
That doesn't make sense though, because
This
from
doesn't make sense.
from
This
your-
makes sense to you?
if you're on that,
This makes sense to you, sir?
hold on. If you're on
Does
the,
this make sense to you?
yes, it does actually make
That's
sense.
because that's the success of our failed educational system, sir. That they teach you this bullshit as truth.
But science has been used to create a lot of progress for humanity. Like,
Real science or the real science or the fake science, sir?
I don't know what you mean by the real science
This
and the
is
fake science.
science. This is real science. Duh.
Okay, just because it seems to us like boats are right side up doesn't mean that that's an objective
Because
fact.
they are right side up. Duh.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily have to be that
They
way.
are right side up.
But the Earth is so large that it appears that
But
everyone
it's
is
large and
flat.
sir. It's large and flat. It was never a ball.
But it can be large and round and
the
still
only
make
place
sense.
it's a ball is between your ears.
There's
You've
other
been
balls.
You've been walking on your flat Earth your whole life, sir. The only place it's a globe is between.
I know it appears flat, but that doesn't mean that it actually is
appears
flat.
You admit it appears flat.
Yeah, it does appear flat.
Well, duh.
It's so
It
large.
is flat. Duh.
I don't know that makes sense though, because that's what.
This does not make sense to you?
That seems like
This does not make sense?
kind of a.
What doesn't make sense about this? This is what doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, sir. It's
It does make sense from that frame of reference though.
What frame of reference?
If you're standing upside down,
Nobody's
this would make
standing
sense.
Upside down, sir. It's flat.
If they're on the other side of the Earth, they would be standing
The other
upside down.
side, they're not upside down, sir. Nobody's upside down on the flat Earth.
Only if you assume
You've
that
been
your
living
flat
on
Earth
the
theory.
flat Earth your whole life, sir. You can prove it's flat today.
I just don't understand why it needs to go to these great lengths of like this house of cards of
They went to great lengths, sir, and I'm just coming to give you the truth.
Yeah, who went to great lengths?
Bad guys.
Who are the bad guys?
They don't wear badges, sir. I'm sorry. They don't wear name tags.
What do they want?
They want the minds of the people
Why do they want the minds of the people?
because they're bad. They're
You-
psychopaths.
To do bad things?
They do a lot of bad things. They drink adrenochrome. They kill children. They steal organs, human organ harvesting. Lots of bad things.
Kind of going on a tangent here, but we're trying to understand how is the Earth flat if you accept that.
Because the kangaroos
Relativity-
are not upside down. They don't wear harnesses, sir, because it's flat.
If Newton's laws of gravity can explain the orbiting of the planets, and then relativity can further explain
prove it. The
and
math
make
doesn't prove it's a ball.
and make predictions that prove to be accurate.
They still predict eclipses with the flat model, sir.
Okay, I have one example for you though.
What?
Okay.
What?
After Einstein's theory of relativity was proven in 1905,
Space time.
they did it. Yes, Benny spacetime. They
Space-time.
did an experiment
Whoa.
where they looked at a star,
Whoa.
and it was in one position, and then as
It moved?
it moved behind. No,
It moved.
obviously-
Oh my God.
Okay, 1 second. Let me talk. When it moved behind a large gravitational mass, like a black hole, you saw two images of the stars. How could we see two images of the same star
No, maybe NASA-
unless you accept that space-time can curve?
Maybe NASA faked that too.
That's just a big, that's kind of a big
Yeah.
conspiracy.
They're big liars. They faked the moon landing, sir. What do you think they're capable of? They're capable of faking a lot of things. There's no rover on Mars. There's nobody in the IFS. That's the International Fake Station. And the Elon Musk and Fake X doesn't go anywhere, sir. Why did they pick two clowns? Why did they pick two clowns to go to space, sir? Elon Musk the clown and Jeff Bezos, sir. Because it's a clown show. Duh. It's a clown.
They're pretty
show.
smart for clowns, though.
Well,
Get
whatever.
some money at least.
They're rich clowns.
They're rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were clowns.
I know.
They're laughing now.
All the way to the bank.
Bank, yeah. Well, moving forward from that,
So what?
what do you think?
What?
It seems to me like your argument is kind of being supported by another if and then another if. If it's
You
fake,
can prove it today.
but if you're like, oh well, they're lying about this, and then I prove
They
you're.
lied about a lot of things, sir.
Yeah, but if they lie about everything, you could just.
Not everything, a lot of things.
Anyone could claim that everyone is lying about everything, but that leads us
I never
nowhere.
claim that.
You're basically claiming that everyone's
No, I'm
lying.
not. No, I didn't. I never
Basically
said
saying that everyone's lying except the Bible.
that. No, I didn't say that.
That's basically what you're saying.
No, it's
though.
not. I'm sorry. I never said that.
Okay.
I said there's a lot of lies.
There's a lot of lies, yeah.
Exactly.
And you're saying that
And
around.
the globe is the big lie. You know a bigger lie than that?
What's that?
I asked if you knew a bigger lie.
Well, I think it seems. This
Look
is.
over there.
Can I? It seems to me like you feel the need to prove the fact that the Earth is flat in order to justify your religious beliefs,
No.
and I don't think that that's necessarily valid.
No, I use real science.
What
Not
is?
fake science?
Well, how? Give me an example of how you use real science.
Need to get closer to the camera?
Yes.
Real science, water doesn't bend. Fake science, water wraps around the ball. See the difference?
Okay, but that ball doesn't have a gravitational field around it, though.
Well, you're not standing on a ball, sir. You're standing on a flat earth.
We are standing on a ball.
No, we're not. Only in your head, sir.
I don't know.
He's trying to do a podcast, sir. Duh.
Yeah, but like it would appear that we're standing on a flat Earth, though. The fact,
I know.
the idea,
it does, sir, because it's flat.
but the fact that it appears that way doesn't prove that it actually is that
I
way.
told you can prove it's flat today.
But that's what humans thought for hundreds of thousands of years.
For then, and it never became a ball, sir, ever. It was
always a ball, though.
It was never a ball.
Okay.
Duh.
And so how old do you think the Earth is?
About 6,000 years, give or take a few.
6,000 years. How would you explain fossils?
When you're talking, you should have the microphone over there.
How would you explain fossils dating back well before 6,000
How
years?
do they date them? Carbon dating?
Yeah.
That doesn't work if the specimen's been underwater. And if there was a Noah flood, everything was underwater. Carbon dating wouldn't work anywhere.
Well, what if?
Duke, he's a Duke fan. Damn.
What if something was underground and then the flood came and it was still underground?
It still got wet.
It wouldn't have got wet if it was underground.
Whoa. There's no water underground? There's no underground springs?
Yeah, there is water underground, but that doesn't make carbon dating not work.
How do you know?
Because
that's one of the assumptions.
Because if you measure the half-life of carbon-14, it ends up being, I don't know, it's just some exact number, and that's how they measure the date of those fossils.
It works.
Yeah.
But one of the assumptions for carbon dating is whatever you're looking at has never been underwater. He's doing a podcast, sir. Please try not to interrupt.
If a living organism was underwater, that wouldn't negate carbon dating, though.
If the specimen has ever been underwater, that negates carbon dating, sir.
So if I went underwater, I could never be a fossil?
Well, I wouldn't want to be, no.
You wouldn't want to be a fossil?
No.
What do you want to be?
Live a while.
I know, I want to live a while too, but eventually we're gonna die.
Eventually.
And we're gonna become fossils.
What's the rush?
Well, I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush at all, trust me.
Me either.
But eventually we are gonna become fossils. You gotta.
Well, if they don't put us in a coffin.
Even if they put us in a coffin,
if they cremate you, then it's not much left.
If they cremate you, yeah.
Well, duh.
But how do you explain different organisms that don't match any living beings on Earth today that are found in the fossil record?
Some species have gone extinct, sir.
But there's so many more species that have gone extinct than species.
They go extinct every day, sir. Lots of species have gone extinct.
But
what's your point?
Well, the point is, if there's billions and billions of species, there must have been billions and billions of years to allow for those species to evolve.
6,000 years. They didn't evolve, sir.
How did they not evolve? Okay, but there's examples of imperfect creations.
Where?
Our ears are not perfect.
Why not? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with your ears?
They're not structured in the exact way that they could be.
What's wrong with your ears, sir?
Wisdom. Oh yeah, teeth.
What's wrong with your teeth, sir?
They're not like ideal for.
Why not? What's wrong with your teeth? You're complaining to God now? He made your teeth wrong?
I'm not complaining to God, but
there is. He said he didn't make them right.
There is signs that evolution doesn't necessarily.
There's no signs of evolution, sir.
It doesn't go towards a perfect creation. It fixes itself.
It's not evolving
over time, over and over again.
It's not evolving, sir. He created monkeys. He created humans. He created apes, all at the same time.
Why can you not accept the fact that humans could have came from?
It's not a fact.
But why do you not want to accept that?
Because it's not the truth. I don't like lies.
But there is a lot of evidence.
If the oceans were more than about 6,000 or 10,000 years old, the oceans would be too salty for a fish to survive, sir. There's your proof. It's not millions of years old, billions of years old.
Well, they could have evolved to survive under saltier conditions.
Yeah, but they're not like the Dead Sea, sir. The oceans are not saturated yet. They get more salty every year, but they're not saturated yet because the oceans are young, sir. They've only been here a few thousand years. Duh.
Okay, what about like Pangea and about other continents?
The green things move.
What about the continents shifting and?
What about it?
How much have they moved?
I don't know. I didn't measure it.
Well, has anyone measured it?
They weren't around to measure it back then.
So in 6,000 years, they moved that much?
They were moving faster back then. They're moving slower now.
How are they moving slower now?
I don't know. Maybe they slowed down. Maybe they Maybe they accelerated at one point, and maybe they slowed down at one point.
That seems a little far-fetched to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa, really?
Because objects of that size cannot move that fast.
Where's your proof it's a globe?
There's a lot of proof. Not just pictures from NASA. Okay, for example, just if boats go over the horizon, they dip down below the
I
horizon.
told you about that. You can bring them.
If you stand on a tall enough mountain, you're not going to see that far.
The air's not clear enough. Duh.
That's not because the air is not clear enough. The
Yes, it
objects
is.
dip below the horizon.
They never go below the horizon ever. Never have, never will.
Well, I don't know.
No, you don't know.
No, I think I do know, but
Know what?
I think you don't want to accept a lot of
Except what?
scientific,
What
valid
science?
arguments
What science?
that have been measured, proven,
Name one.
and used
Name one.
to create a lot of progress
Name
for
one.
humanity.
Name one.
One
One
argument.
proof it's a globe.
Okay.
Sticks and Shadows, Aristophanes.
I watched this documentary
Oh, shit.
with flat earthers.
Oh, Behind the Curve on Netflix.
Behind the Curve on Netflix, yeah. And you know the experiment they did.
misrepresented the experiment, sir.
How did they misrepresent the experiment?
At the end, when they did the experiment, they said if you can see the light at 17 feet, it's
Yes.
flat. If you can see it at 23 feet, it's a ball.
And they saw it at 23 feet and they proved their own theory wrong.
Say 23. They never said 23 when they saw the light, sir. Go
They
back.
they lifted the light
How
up
high?
23 feet.
No, they didn't say that, sir.
But they
You're
lifted it
a
up.
You lied. Yes, higher than 17. If it was 17 and a half or 18, it's still flat, sir. They never said how high it was when they saw
Oh,
it.
they lifted it up at least like 6 feet. I
How
saw
do you know?
because I watched the documentary and they had
They never said how
they
high
had
it
they
was
had
when they saw the light.
they had video of them doing it.
They had the video of them lifting it. They never said how high it was when they saw the light, sir. Never.
But they said how high it was when it was first shown,
Yes,
and it
why
didn't
don't they- why
and it
don't they
didn't
give
go
it
through the
equal
hole
treatment?
because the
I
Earth is
know.
not flat.
Yes, it is.
And then they went higher,
How
and
high?
then
How high?
a few feet higher.
How do you
Even
know
if
it's
it-
a few inches?
Even if it is only a few inches or
It's
anything,
still
that would
flat,
still.
Sir, it's more flat than a ball.
If it's flat, it wouldn't move at all, though.
How do you know?
Because if the light was straight, it would shine straight from one point to another. You wouldn't have to lift it to see it.
Well, if it's not 23 feet, sir, it's not the right size ball. It's got to be the perfect size ball, sir. Not just any size ball. It's got to be this size ball. It's got to be
If it's
this.
not flat, then it's not flat, though.
Yeah, but if it's got to be this size diameter, not a different diameter, so it's got to be this diameter, not a different diameter.
It wasn't a very high quality experiment. They basically did it with styrofoam and
That's why I don't use that experiment, sir.
Okay, but
I like
this
simple. I like KISS. Keep it simple.
the point of the experiment though does prove that the Earth is round though.
No, it doesn't.
It did though,
Never did.
and they just couldn't accept it.
That's not true.
They couldn't accept it though.
No, they didn't. They I told you they misrepresented the
And they had
experiment.
that other what did that device they came up with or whatever to prove that the Earth wasn't
gyroscope?
fiber optic gyroscope. Yeah.
No, use a mechanical gyroscope. That proves the Earth is flat.
What's a mechanical gyroscope?
That's one of those toys you get when you're a kid that you spin it up like a top. Those never move, sir, because the Earth's not moving.
But the fiber optic gyroscope did prove that. though.
That's measuring the drift of the stars and the.
How did the stars drift? How does the ether drift?
That's the way God made it, sir. The stars move.
I don't know. It seems like all your arguments come down to that's the way God made it.
Well, that's the way God made it, but but that's the real science, sir. Not the fake
that's
science.
That's one way of looking at it. If that's your worldview, that's your worldview. I can't change your mind on that.
Okay.
And
But
I believe in God too.
60 years, sir. Lots longer than you've been around.
I believe in God too, and I don't have to
And
accept.
the Bible says it's flat. Duh.
But not necessarily every text from the Bible is taken to be literally true.
I didn't say that. I said the Bible says it's flat.
So if the Bible says it's flat, could they not be wrong?
God doesn't make mistakes. God doesn't lie.
But God didn't.
Sir, he's doing a podcast. Can you please not interrupt?
Well, he's right though. God didn't write the
What?
Bible.
Oh, people did, but it's an accurate account.
How is it a perfectly accurate account though? It's
Because
also not necessarily a scientific document.
yes, it is. It's scientifically accurate. It's not a history book, but it's historical.
But if scientific evidence proves against that claim from the Bible,
Where does it prove against it?
okay, we're going back in circles now. But
No, I'm asking you, where's the claim? Where's the Bible conflict with real science? Where?
well, there's literal.
Where?
If the
Where?
If the Bible's claiming that the Earth is flat, there's literal videos
Of what? From NASA? The liars at NASA?
from other international space stations as well.
The IFS.
Not just NASA.
The
Yeah.
IFS, the International Fake Station.
There's like India has
Oh,
their
they
own
fake
space
it
station.
too.
Why would they all fake it though? It's a big
There's
conspiracy.
lots of money in faking space, sir.
I don't know
Lots
though.
of money. Lots of money.
How is there a lot of money in faking space though?
They
To sell NASA
They
shares?
steal our tax dollars to fake space.
I don't know about that.
No, you don't know.
It seems a little far fetched to me. I don't know.
Call the truth, sir.
Okay.
They're stealing our tax dollars to fake space
All right. Well,
and to hide the flat Earth.
I feel like we're running in circles here, so we're just gonna wrap this up. But I appreciate you talking to me today.
Sure. You want
All
a
right.
model?
I have a model actually. It makes a very nice coaster.
Nice. Get a cold one, fill up the ocean.
Oh yeah. All right.
And nobody's upside down.
Except for people in China. And other side of the
Oh,
earth.
no, they're not upside down.
All right. We're going to wrap it up, though. All right. Thank you. All right. You can cut.
Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you were able to learn something about our beliefs and maybe even your own from this conversation. Please check out my channel if you like deep and meaningful educational topics. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to see more like this. And as always, never stop questioning, talking, and thinking. Thank you.